I mean, I've told you guys in middle school, my tech teacher got drafted back
To
into
the
the army.
army?
Yeah. I don't know how that happens. I don't know what my tech teacher necessarily did there. Honestly, he might have just gotten fired, and that's what they told us. Now that I think about it, because I never saw him again
Your
after
dog
that.
is in the farm. He's very
Yeah.
happy
He's
running
very
around
happy.
upstate
So-
somewhere.
Will we see him? Never.
Exactly.
No.
No. And this man, he left, and we were told he went back to the military, and then we got a long-term sub. The long-term sub didn't teach tech. So in my tech class, where we were like learning like wood shop and stuff like that, next thing you know, we're watching these documentaries of mechanic mishaps of like
That's fun.
yeah, of like planes that like the tops like flew off of, all these people died, train, like everything was always like a crash. It was every single time, and it was every time I went to the class too. So like I had flown once when I was really small, like 3, but then in high school I went on a band trip to Florida to Disney World for a band like competition, and I was a hot mess on that plane for obvious reasons. I was like, well, because they were trying to like, I don't know what it was. I don't remember if the teacher was like being like, oh, well, this can happen, or if it was me internalizing it differently and being like, he's saying this is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Probably number 2. But yeah, that made it so that I was so terrified to fly for a while.
Wow. Okay, so let's say, for example, you met the Wrights brothers right now. Would you take a test drive on their first plane?
No. And I definitely won't be getting in the plane with Amelia Earhart either.
Wait, who? What? Why?
This is Chun's dog.
No, why would you get on a plane with Amelia Earhart?
Because she went missing.
Arta, that's not important right now.
okay,
Look at Chun's dog.
Welcome to the recap room.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Recap Room, your go-to podcast for the inside scoop and hot takes on all of our favorite shows. Today, we have some fun and recurring guests. We've got Corey.
Hi, everyone. I didn't know what you wanted me to say. I thought you were going to say, like, we've got Corey. I don't know. I thought you were going to say, like, my title or something.
All right.
It's okay. I can say it if you'd like.
It's all good.
Okay.
Oh, well, yeah.
Hi,
Today we-
everyone.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're a little, the words
It's
are
Friday.
hard. It is Friday. We
It's
just had
Friday.
a big lunch.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll introduce myself. Hi, guys. It's Corey Caesar. I am the managing editor of TalentRecap.com, and I am a YouTube host here at Talent Recap. Thank you, Julian.
Hey, everyone. I'm Arta.
For those who can't see it,
0 to 100.
Arta is doing a dance at the moment with his arms flailing in the air.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, everyone. This is Arta. I'm the thumbnail designer, and I get to design some of the little branding bits on our YouTube channels and websites and such.
All the bits.
All the bits.
All the
Websites.
bits. So British
Yeah.
of me.
Arta made Olivia into a golden buzzer once. It was great.
We used it, actually, guys.
We did?
I saw it, yeah.
Wait, Olivia as the golden buzzer?
No.
Yeah.
Where did we use it?
What?
Under our golden buzzer's thumbnail, Olivia presses the golden buzzer, and the golden buzzer that Olivia is pressing is Olivia.
Oh, I didn't even notice
Wait,
that.
like if you zoom in on it, you'll see.
Yes,
Oh, that's
you'll see the
hilarious.
eyes
feel
and the air and
That's
everything.
so good.
That's a cute little Easter egg for
Yeah,
all of our
exactly.
listeners.
Mhm,
So check it out.
$1 to whoever finds it. No, just kidding. You just get a
We
thumbs
literally
up.
said word.
Actually, comment below if you've watched that
Oh, yeah.
video.
Anyways, hello.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jessica, and I'm the COO here at Talent Recap.
And I'm Julian. I am one of the video editors here at Talent Recap. And I'm congested and it sucks. And I'm going to try my best not to sound sick because I'm suffering from allergies, which apparently also can affect your breathing really badly. But anyways, hello. We're here. We are going to be talking about episode 3 of AGT season 18. So before we go ahead and talk about all the acts and break it down, let's go ahead and do our favorite segment, Slay or Nay.
Hey!
Where we're going to go through each and every person and we're going to say slay or nay, and then we'll go ahead and break down the actual acts itself. All right, everyone, slay or nay? John Wines.
Slay.
Nay.
Oh,
Slay.
I also say slay. We're going to have to talk about that, Arta.
Oh, no.
All right, second one, Brynn Cummings.
Nay.
Oh,
Haven't watched.
okay.
Nay.
I kind of say slay. I don't know. I mean, all right.
We'll get into that later.
We'll get into that later. Yeah,
Corey has thoughts.
Corey
I
has
have
a lot of
thoughts.
thoughts.
Lots and lots of thoughts.
Yep.
All right. Roland Abante.
Slay.
Wait, this is the sword guy?
No,
Then
Filipino
haven't
singer.
watched.
Arta's like, don't include me in any of these. If it's a sword
Yeah,
guy.
let me just don't look at me, and like if I watched it, I'll just chime in.
Okay, gotcha.
A.
A?
I tried to do that last
Does
week
that
and
not
I got
work?
yelled at.
I can't
got
do
yelled
that.
at.
I can't do a middle. It has to be
No.
either or.
Yeah,
Oh, damn
I got
it.
yelled at last week.
Guess what it is? She already did it, so.
I did it last week and I got yelled at and was told I had to change it to slay or nay.
Tell us if you give a crap if it's slay, nay, or A.
Because I did A last week for
No, you
the
can cut
Sainted
that. You can
Trap
cut
Choir.
Okay.
All right. So then, fine. Slay.
That was the most lackluster slay I've ever heard.
No, next time, hesitant slay.
Hesitant slay.
Okay, fine.
Okay. I say absolute slay. All right, cool. Alex and Alex.
I'll elaborate later, but I just feel bad for these dudes.
I was gonna say this one's a pity slay.
So slay.
Yeah, I agree. Pity slay.
Pity slay, right? Yeah. Oh God. Okay. Let's see. Riccardo Pace. Oh, Corey, come on. Is it?
I'm letting them do it. My hands are off.
Slay.
Major slay.
Handfart. Oh, what? Okay. All right. We have a lot to talk about.
It's a
in this
hot
episode.
take.
All right. Ahren Belisle.
Oh man, I'm gonna sound like a jerk later, but nay.
Jesus.
No, it's a nay. I'm
Corey.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
It's a hesitant slay.
Hesitant slay. Okay. I can see that. I also want to say hesitant slay, but I'm also kind of just like I'm on the fence here. But
That's cool. You do you, boo.
yeah. You know. All right. Grace Good.
Major slay.
Major slay.
Major slay.
Yeah.
Is this a ventriloquist?
No, this
No.
is the girl who had the hula hoop aerialist act.
Which one's the ventriloquist?
Brynn Cummings.
We already passed her.
Nay for the ventriloquist, because I hate ventriloquists. You guys don't know how hard it is to include
This
them
is
in a
just
song.
Slayer night. This is Slayer night.
Wait. Save those comments.
Also, you can't come at someone because they make your life harder.
I can, and I did. Nay for her. Anyways, sorry.
Wait, for Brynn or for Grace?
Brynn.
Brynn. What about Grace?
Abstain.
Cool.
Slay.
Yeah. Slay.
Slay.
Okay. Alfie Andrew.
Ooh, he was major slay.
Slay. The house down boots. Boots the house
Who's
down?
Alfie Andrew?
He sang "Hold My Hand."
Perfect. Good. I was just making sure you know who we're talking about.
All right, Jess on 3. Let's say it. 1, 2, 3. Nay.
Nay.
Rip. It hurts.
Cool.
Air high five.
Air
It's
Air
okay.
high
High
five.
five.
This
Thanks.
is going to be a conversation.
Definitely going to be a conversation.
All right.
Okay. David Rush.
Okay, he's a nay, but Howie Mandel in this act was a slay.
I can agree with this. I can totally agree with this.
I agree with you there, yeah.
All right. Alexander and Leah.
Nay.
I'll give him the slay.
I'm on the fence, so I'm not sure.
You can't do A. It's nay or slay.
You can say the hesitant slay.
Hesitant slay.
Hesitant
We said
slay.
hesitant slay is
You're
okay.
right. You're right. Hesitant slay. Oh, Herwan Legaillard. Herwan Legaillard. Legaillard?
I think it's
The French guy.
the French dude.
Herwan Legaillard.
Arno,
Period.
Arno, would you like to take this away?
Oh no, let's just follow the order.
Dis-moi, qu'est-ce que tu penses?
Ooh.
All right. Super major slay.
Slay boots the house down my throat. Me step on me, spit on me. Gorgeous.
Whoa.
For reference, I made Arda watch this one, and I said that it
Thank
would
you,
be a
Corey.
sin in Pride Month if he did not
Yes,
watch this
that was
one.
accurate.
Major slay, yes.
Hesitant slay.
Hesitant slay. That's a fight on Arda's block.
Period.
I was about to say I might fight you in this one too, low-key.
Oh, snap. Okay. All right. And last but not least, we have Chioma?
Just say Atlanta Drum Academy. They never once used this kid's name
All right.
on any of their websites, and I am salty about it, to
All
be
right,
honest.
Well, the Atlanta
can
Drum
hear that.
Academy. Slayer Nay. How are you
Nay.
feeling? Nay? Oh.
I think it was a cute little sleigh. These are the workout guys with
Cute
the
little
drums,
sleigh.
right?
The workout guys with the drums, these are the little kids.
The little kids.
with
Yeah,
the drums.
Yeah, they were working out too. They were wearing like, they were like doing push-ups and stuff.
I mean, I didn't view it like that, but that's valid that you did.
Yeah, slay.
Okay.
Hesitant sleigh.
Hesitant sleigh,
No.
leaning more towards sleigh.
I
but-
don't know.
All right. All right. Let's get into it. Let's break down each and every single one since we've now done our slay or nay. All right, John Ones, the rockin' grandpa. In my notes, I have that this dude rocks. I mean, playing the guitar, playing some solos. Am I mistaken? Did he play the Eruption solo? No, he didn't, right? He just did some sort of like medley off of like...
I thought that was a Queen song.
I
It
just
was.
not Queen?
No, it was Queen. It was
I
definitely
just
Queen.
knew that he played the guitar. I didn't know what song it was.
No, it was We Will Rock You,
yeah,
right?
so, yeah, it was like We Will Rock You from Queen.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it was like an interpretation where he was just like playing the melody as opposed to just the guitar solo. And then
Oh,
playing
got
the
it.
guitar.
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw that one on mute, so.
What?
That
Yeah.
one's a little difficult to watch on mute, but okay.
See,
All right.
This was the
I just
beginning.
know- What?
No, go for it.
You
What
saw
were
a
you gonna
grandpa
say?
and you were like, nope.
It's just like, guitar, grandpa. I'm like, okay, like it's not nothing new and exciting. It's just like, I don't know. It's instantly not something that really excites me.
Right.
Mhm.
So like, I know this is like a little bit, judgmental and prejudiced, but it's just a nay for me. Like from the beginning, it's like, you have a guitar. I know you're going to play something like from the 70s or 80s. If I knew it was Queen, maybe I would have been a little bit more, but it's, the concept is a nay. It's, I don't know.
So what I'm hearing is that you have to watch it again in order to be like,
Yeah.
See, I think it's interesting you say that though, because I don't want to call him an old guy, but I see like a grandfather type figure come on stage. John, I'm sorry if you're listening to this. You're not a day over 40, I promise. I see someone like that come on the stage and it makes me even more interested because I'm like, what has this person been doing for the rest of their life? And have they always had this talent or is this new? That's my opinion of it. I thought he was really good though. So like, I think that you should watch it.
It's just not my thing. It's
I get
like
it.
sports, it's like baseball.
Well,
like I'm never going to appreciate baseball.
What about it isn't your thing? Like,
Okay, so here, if to get into it, like, it's just, I don't know, like, it's straight. Like, I don't want to resort to this in every kind of like taste argument, but it's straight. It's, like growing up to hide my queerness, I've just like been obsessed with like finding queer things, and like now that I'm allowed to find joy in queer things, I just don't want to get out of that bubble. I think that's what it is. It's a heterophobia.
like it's got hyper masculine kind of undertones, you would say, or
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
can
for
see that.
sure. Yeah. I think that's what it is. It's just like, and I've been like exposed to it so much. At one point, it's like, oh my God, stop it with your straight agenda. No, I'm kidding. It's just like, I'm not going to take it too far.
No,
but
that's understandable.
yeah, it's just like, I'm like, okay. Like when I can opt out, I do. That's like what it is, I think.
Jess.
Oh, I don't know. I think whenever I see someone do any sort of solos, it's impressive because like I can't play an instrument. And I used to, like, all my friends in high school were in bands, so I was always like looking at that and like, oh, this is what I wish I could do. And then knowing Queen and seeing how difficult some of these things are, I was like, oh, well, this is really impressive. And you're just like, it's as if like I'm sitting in like a basement or a garage with like a grandpa and they're just like killing it, shredding it on a guitar. I'm like, that's cool.
I think it's also got that like wow factor of like, you don't expect a grandpa to be shredding it on the guitar.
No,
You know
not
what
at
I'm
all.
saying?
Yeah, 100%. And
So,
I love that the judges loved him.
Yeah.
That's what I think
absolutely.
was great. I think that I say this for every single first act of the episode, though, that isn't helping him. I feel like people are going to forget about him easily because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Still pretty cool though.
It's a curse, but he didn't deserve that curse.
Yeah. Well, John, we appreciated the act. Could throw a little bit of zest and zazzle if you want, just to spice things up, but did a great job.
Just wear like a rainbow bandana,
Yep.
Yeah.
Wear a
It's
rainbow
queer baiting.
bandana.
Ain't no.
Not really. He's being an ally. With just a bandana.
Yay.
All right. Let's move on to the second act. We've got Brynn Cummings. All right, Corey.
I
please
feel like someone
take it
who
away.
liked her should start. You want me to start first?
Hey, you got the hot take, so
Okay.
please take it away.
If
We
everyone
wanna
would like to
this.
hear my hot take,
Let's
this
go.
was the little girl ventriloquist who came out with the cute little pink puppet. In her story, she talked about how much she loves Darci Lynne, right? Loves Darci Lynne, respect, love that woman too. She's a woman now because she's 18, right? And And so when she gets on stage and she's all cute up there and she goes, I'm Brynn Cummings. And you kind of look at her and then you're like, oh, so you were really inspired by Darci. You have a pink puppet whose name also starts with a P. For anyone who doesn't remember, Darci's puppet's name is Petunia, and it's also pink. And Brynn was even got it down to the point of she was wearing the same color dress as Darci. Now, I would like to put out there that I do believe in good luck and like wearing things that like will bring you good luck and like whatever. But I think that her inspiration fell too close to copying for me, that when they were like, oh, when she was like, I'm not going to sing today, I was like, oh, but I actually want you to sing now, you know? And it got down to, I give her major pro, and this I give her huge credit for because this is hard. She was very good in talking as the puppet, which doing a magic act as a ventriloquist, talking mostly as the puppet is hard, especially at that age. And I think, I don't remember, don't quote me on this, she had only been a ventriloquist for a few years. That's difficult. That's really hard, let alone her age. She's what, 10? Like that, I give her major credit for that. That was a major slay. I just really want Brynn to know that it's safe to be herself on this stage, because it kind of felt like she resorted to, I'm so inspired by Darci Lynne that I'm going to do X, Y, and Z to look like her, act like her, be like her. When really, like, I just wanted to know who she was. And I was so excited for this act because I thought she was going to bring something brand new and I was going to really like her. And the act was fine. The act was totally fine. I just hope that she can grow into herself a bit more, if that makes sense. Because it felt like it was too much of other people were dictating what she was doing to kind of be like Darci Lynne.
Yeah, I think it's hard because there's that expectation where, let's say, for example, I mean, you know, aside, there's going to be that comparison no matter what at the end of the day, you know, because it's a little girl with a ventriloquist, with a puppet, and you're doing a ventriloquist act of some sort. The thing that I do appreciate though is that she switched it up and she did magic and she did mentalism, which I think is very cool and very difficult to do nonetheless, while also doing that.
Yeah.
While doing the whole ventriloquist act. But I can see that. I don't know, it's tough. I mean, and the producers left in that clip of the two guys in the audience being like, oh, it's a Darci Lynne. You know, like,
and it's so interesting because in All Stars in January, Anna Maria never once mentions Darci Lynne. And people were still making that comparison, but Anna Maria had fully won another show without ever knowing Darci Lynne or mentioning her or anything. Mind you, they had the same coach, but still, you know, so it was interesting that in this instance, they chose to mention Darci Lynne, but in Anna's situation, they chose not to. Yeah, no, it was interesting. It was like one of those moments, Dan said it last week on the podcast, where sometimes AGT can painfully tell you who you're supposed to like and not like. And I don't remember who he said that about last week, but it kind of felt like that for me this week with Brynn. And I was like, I wanted to like her before you imposed all of that on me.
It might be even a same coach thing with Anna and Darci, because it's like if you have people that work in the backstage more, you can have like different directions, but like don't mention Darci. Because I think we talked about this with Anna. You were like, she didn't even mention Darci, and you were kind of like that, found that a little bit disrespectful. I remember
because they mentioned Terry Fader.
And I agree. I totally agree, because like, you know, Darci's like more of like Anna, and Darci's like more of a parallel. Yeah, but I think that was probably chosen, and in her like scenario, in this scenario, maybe they didn't choose that, which is a little bit more honest, honestly, than Anna. Like, I'm not big on ventriloquism in general, because of the thumbnail designs that I have to do them are just like so annoying, and B, it's just like I don't know, it's not my thing. Like, let's just say that it's not an objective criticism that I have towards ventriloquism, but I just don't like it that much. But in this case, I don't know. I think this makes me think of kind of like Madonna versus Lady Gaga, where it's like, you know, there were like a lot of similar elements to it, but then the parallel was like, actually, you know, Madonna was taking a lot of inspiration from the queer community and the New York City nightlife scene, and it was the same for Lady Gaga. And they were like both Italians, you know, grew up in Catholic school and stuff, so they had a lot of parallels in those regards. Maybe it's kind of something like that here too, where it's like, you know, in the ventriloquist community, again, like I'm not that knowledgeable about it, but it's like there are some certain elements of like taking inspiration from, and like maybe the inspiration that Darci and this girl takes is from the same place. But I really do appreciate, as you said, Julian, that it's not the same act. So that kind of gives me the sense of a little bit more independence and a little bit more personality and character, actually.
Yeah, because it separates the act at that point.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you don't want to just be another Darci Lynne. You don't want to be. I mean, it's great to be compared to great acts. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be an exact replica or copy. So, yeah. Jess, any thoughts?
I mean, these shows are really hard for me. A lot of things don't really impress me that much with these shows because it's just like at this point I've seen all of this so many times over, and it's like, how many times can I see a child, or how many times can I see a ventriloquist? And then you just did mentalism. But I've seen both of these things a lot. And yes, I know it's hard to do together, so I'll give her credit for that. But yeah, the first time she came on the stage, I was like, so Darci Lynne 2.0? Because you look the same, except you're a brunette and not blonde.
It was like down to the outfit.
Yeah,
though. It was
I was
exactly
like, this
the
is
same.
the pot, everything about it. So I was like, all right, whatever, good for you.
I
You
mean,
got
she's,
golf claps.
yeah, she's channeling her inner winner, and I get that, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that. But I just wish she was more of herself.
Yeah.
Real quick sidebar. I feel like that should be a segment. Can this impress Jess?
Oh, yes.
Like, does this act impress Jess or something?
As long as it never turns into, will this make Jess cry? Because the answer is no.
Yeah. Nothing will make me cry.
We'll find something. We'll find something.
Good luck.
All right. Let's move on to our next act. We have Roland Abante. Abante? Yeah. Roland Abante. All right. I have him listed down as the slow ballad king. I don't know. I was just like, all right, it's a dude coming on to sing, and then I heard his voice and I was like, okay, this is nice. This is good.
I literally wrote down our YouTube subscribers are going to love him.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote down because we have such a big Filipino community on YouTube specifically. So when this man walked up, I was like, one, he's going to be really good because we only ever see good and very talented Filipino people. But two, I was like, our subscribers are going to freaking love him. Like, he was the one that was searched after this. And I completely agree. Listen, I always agree. Whenever a good singer comes on, I always agree. And he is one I agreed on. I thought that he was great.
Yeah, again, it's just another person singing.
Yeah, that's how I felt about it too.
I mean, I'm like, how many shows am I going to watch where people are great at singing? Yes, I know you guys are great at singing. He was great. I will not take that away from him. He sounded wonderful. When he sang When a Man Loves a Woman, I was like, awesome, you're great. But again, you're another great singer. Yay.
It's America's Got Voice at this point,
Well, that's why we got American Idol. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. I understand why they would want to go and audition for that. Maybe it has to do with the demographic of the people watching the show, or, it could also be they tried pitching it to the producers, or maybe they could have gone to American Idol, since it all falls under the same umbrella, and been like, and the producers could have been like, maybe not, but you could try AGT, maybe. I don't know. Is that how that works?
Maybe there's like
that? I don't know.
They're different networks now.
Yeah.
Oh, they
so
are?
probably
Yeah.
not. No.
Like, they're
American
different.
Idol is ABC,
Hmm.
and America's Got Talent is NBC. Yeah.
But
But
it then changes once you get.
to the actual. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if American Idol is Fremantle Simon Cowell anymore. I think it might be a different sector, to be honest, because he's not. It's been different since they rebooted it on ABC.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like they already have American Idol, so why don't they just have it on American Idol? But I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. His voice was amazing. I thought he was a great act.
Yeah.
But I can agree with the whole, like, it's another singer, like.
If I had to guess, and this is just me guessing, I have not looked into him at all. I think that he probably came from Philippines Got Talent.
Oh, that makes
That's my
sense.
guess.
Okay.
I think
That
he
makes
probably
sense.
came from Philippines Got Talent. He probably did good there. Everything I've seen, all the comments have been people like saying how amazing he was, but I haven't necessarily seen anything that says he was on Philippines Got Talent, but he might be. This could be his Marshall Leopold moment.
Why doesn't Roland just roll into American Idol? I've been waiting to know this one. Thank you.
I actually, I think that it's harder to be not
To
from
do a
America
pun?
on American Idol.
Yeah.
I think it's harder because for a while they weren't even accepting Canadians. And now they've had like 2 people that have been Canadian on that show that have gone in like the finale.
Huh.
Yeah.
Man, those restrictions must be really tight then.
I think those ones are tighter than America's Got Talent, because America's Got Talent is you must have a visa. They don't care where you're getting it from.
Okay.
But you can have a work visa here and be here for any amount of time to be on the
I was
show.
about to say, they definitely have a lot of international acts that come in. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
When American Idol, it's just usually like on one hand compared to like how so many.
No, that's cool. Well, yeah, he was amazing. I don't know. He sounded great. I thought it was great, but I can agree with all of you. So
Yeah.
all right, cool. Let's move on. Now we have Corey. Would you like to go ahead and introduce this one?
Okay.
Because we have a lot to talk about this
The
one.
next 2 people were Alex and Alex. These men, they were playing, what was it, the harp, and it was like a guitar.
It looked
it
like
was a harp and a guitar, right?
Was it a guitar, like a Spanish guitar?
Oh, was it a lute?
I was gonna say,
Or a lyre?
I don't know. So basically, they were playing 2 string instruments, right? And these 2 men were fantastic. They sounded great. The judges did not seem impressed in the slightest, and then we just saw them get rejected, and it was over. I feel bad for these guys. In my notes that I took, I usually don't take notes. This week I did. Whatever. Usually I watch live with our video editor, Kayla, but she was too busy getting engaged this weekend.
Congratulations, Kayla.
I know. I like how it was like she was too busy,
She was too
getting
busy.
engaged.
She texted me the next day being like, oh, sorry. And I'm like, no, don't apologize to me. You were too busy. I understand.
Everyone,
But yeah.
please congratulate Kayla in the
Yes.
comments.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations to Kayla.
We're very excited for her. I was just very upset I couldn't watch the show with someone. But so I wrote down, and I feel bad for these guys because in AGT All-Stars, there's these 2 wonderful dudes, Emil and Daryl, and one of them played the cello.
One of them played the. Oh, yes. Oh,
It was the cello, and it was something else.
Were they both cellists?
Oh, they were both cellists. Yeah,
they
they were both cellists, had been on the show before, and the judges gave them a hard freaking time for saying, they said, what's your dream? And their response was, we want to be dentists. And the judges said, you guys are the most boring people that have ever been on this show before. And really, it felt like they channeled their comments for Emil and Daryl for Alex and Alex. And I think that that's so unfair to Alex and Alex, who actually were really good.
I'll never forget that morning. That morning I came in and Corey's and I'm like, hey, what's up? She's just like, got some spicy news right over here. Come check this clip out. I'll tell you right after.
No. They emailed us letting us know their side of the story.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And I was just like, no, we need to put this out immediately. Yeah. I felt bad for Alex and Alex, though, because they didn't deserve that type of treatment. They never said they were dentists. No, I'm kidding.
No. I mean, if they did, they would have, they probably wouldn't even have aired
They might have
the
done.
segment.
It's ridiculous. That's all I have to say. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I felt like they got the short end of the stick, and yeah,
But
what
it
everyone else thinks.
It goes to show that it's like, this is so, I wouldn't say so heavily produced, but the producers definitely have a grip on the show. And it sucks because it's like, if you watch their segment, they've got talent and they
100%.
sound phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And like, here's the thing that really gets me. There is no other show for them. This is the show for them. And
Unlike the singers.
Yeah.
right.
That's what I feel like, because they play an instrument that's not super mainstream.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you guys, you're not going to go anywhere anyway, so we're just going to boot you off now. And I'm like,
Right.
but like, yes, not a lot
Give
of people
them a
play
chance,
the harp,
yeah.
but there's a reason why not a lot of people play the harp.
Right.
Yeah.
No, and it's like if they would have had that feeling last year with Avery Dixon playing the freaking saxophone, it's just like that. It's like, how come? I don't understand, especially because like these 2 guys could have gotten some traction from AGT and they could be in like a Broadway orchestra. Like that could have helped them so much.
Maybe they
and
can still do because
I
it's
mean,
aired,
yeah.
you know?
barely. This was like a 30-second clip.
Honestly, because
Oh.
I watched it and then it stopped and I just looked at the both of them, Julian and Corey, and I was like, was that really it?
Yeah.
Like that I didn't even see anything. Did
They
I
were
miss
good.
something? I'm so lost.
Well, it's funny because throughout the clip, you can see that they keep cutting back to our next act, Riccardo Pace, which I'm pretty sure, okay, love his act just in general, right? But you're adding insult to injury. You literally kick these 2 guys off
Yeah.
just for a guy who farts with his hands. Like, I mean, again, don't get me wrong, super impressive. Loved the act, thought it was hilarious. But what the hell, guys? Like, come on.
No, and it's like, I get it. It's also one of those things of like, this show loves to put people in the spotlight to be laughed at. And I feel like Riccardo was that person. But his act was also like, for me, channeling the feeling that I get when I see Human Fountains, which is just, this is amazing. I love this. This is so funny. But it gets down to, I don't know how he did it. I can't do that. But do I want to see this in Las Vegas? No. Will I see it at Ripley's? Believe it or not, yeah.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
that's 100% a great thing. I don't know if he should have gotten through.
I just don't know what their whole process.
It was just hands and fart, like fart hand.
Yeah.
Hand fart noises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
To a song.
To a song.
That's it.
Yeah.
So what AGT's basically said is
The bar's low.
We value fart noises more than Alex and Alex.
But
More
they
than
didn't-
classical music. Yeah,
Okay.
you're
Yes.
right.
Wait.
Yes.
They put through hand farts, but they didn't put the helipad butt guy. Like, come on.
That's
like-
more talent, though.
That's what I'm saying. You know how hard it is to balance a little helicopter on your butt when you're spread eagle on your back? Like,
I can't say I have tried to do it, so I don't
haven't
know.
tried it either, but I'm pretty sure it's very damn hard.
I'm pretty, yeah.
I don't know. But did they put hand farts guy?
I think so. I think Howie was the one who gave him a red buzzer.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
and then everyone else was like, "Yeah, you get to go through,"
Which
and
is
I
funny.
was just like, "What?
What else can
But
you
like,
do from
all
there?
you did was hand farts.
I mean, it's good to know that Howie's only like red line is not musicals, you know?
No,
It's kind
no. I thought you were about to say that Howie has taste in his comedy. I thought that's what you were about to say. I'm so glad that Howie Mandel has taste in his comedy.
No, but he gave the red buzzer, no?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is that it like was ridiculously funny.
Was it funny?
It was I thought it was
I mean, maybe I didn't watch it, guys.
Look,
so
I
like,
wrote in all
shouldn't-
caps, how did he do that? So cool.
By the way, Julian and Jess are still trying to attempt to do it. I mean, I guess it's impressive.
We're trying to understand the way
I
it
think
works.
it needs to be like kind of sweaty in a way because I think like the more moisture that you have, that your hands will stick together, and then it'll create that. But if your hands are too dry, then they're not going to do anything. Which, if he's in Vegas, it's going to be hard because it's dry over there. So I'm just saying.
Like, there's different. I
Well,
remember
wasn't he
lots of
Italian?
chapstick
Wasn't
and
that his
Sarah,
whole
yeah,
thing?
from Sicily.
Ugh,
Was he from
Sicilians.
Sicily? I think
Yeah,
he's
it was from
Sicilian,
Sicily.
right? Yeah.
It was Sicily because I remember being like, oh, Sicilians. I say as I'm half
Making
Sicilian.
Nona proud, you know?
My grandmother was from Rome. That's why I say that. No, my joke here is maybe he puts olive oil on his hands before for the Italy thing.
yeah.
Totally a joke. But if that's his thing, I would love to know that because that would be very funny.
All right.
And delicious.
Allora, let's move on. All right. So next we have Ahren Belisle, the stand-up comedian who uses an iPhone. All right. So I thought this was pretty good. Comedy was a little bit edgy, I will say. I personally love it. I love dark humor. I was telling Jess earlier the joke where he said if he or Stephen Hawking would win in a race, he'd be like, "Well, I would, unless it's downhill." Then he definitely would. Had me dying. But yeah, what did y'all think?
Jess, you go first.
Well, I mean, as I said, most of these are hard for me to be impressed by. But like stand-up comedy and me just don't get along very well. It's very difficult for me to find comedians funny. So yeah, a lot of it was okay. Yeah, that was funny, but I didn't laugh out loud. So it was like, that's why I think I wanted to give him the A, because I was like, you're kind of funny.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
appreciate and understand you're funny.
Right.
But like, I'm not going to go see you on a personal level.
Right.
Is there a stand-up comedian that you like? Because I remember we had a conversation about this where it was like you're on the fence about stand-up comedy.
It's hard. I can't think of one.
Arda, did you see this one?
No, but I was thinking, I feel like I want to send you some TikTok comedians and Reels comedians and like
Like I said,
spam you a little bit. Maybe find
It's
your
fine.
like.
I think there's like one queer one that I really like, and
Which
I
one?
tend to go Ashley something.
Hmm.
I don't remember. Whatever.
Because like all the stand up comedians that I watch like on my TikTok and stuff are queer. So like I'm just gonna send you
Yeah.
stuff and like see what makes you tick in stand up comedy because I'm curious now. I'm on a mission.
So we definitely have to make this a segment for next episode. Can we impress Jess? All right. Cool.
Arda, this one was I'm gonna say beautiful. He was a beautiful
Mhm.
man altogether. His name's Ahren, obviously.
Mhm.
His whole thing was that he has cerebral palsy
Uh-huh.
and he can't speak. So he was typing out on his phone text
Oh,
to speech
I heard
comedians.
you guys. Yeah, I was
Like
like
comedy, yeah.
yeah.
His service dog was with Terry Crews the whole time. And let me tell you, I needed a picture of just that because it was adorable. So, okay. I don't want to sound like a jerk. Let's start with that.
Here we go.
I don't want to,
but
no,
it's
this
going
is
to come
it is.
anyway.
No, this is the thing. I
Hot
wrote down
take.
for this
Hot
act,
take.
mind you, I watched this multiple times before I wrote this down. I watched it as early release first, and then I watched it on the actual show. I wrote down, he's good. I just wish his act wasn't slow. And then I also included, because this is the truth, I do love the defying all odds acts. So like, even though he cannot speak, he's still funny. Like that's his whole thing, is that he's still very funny and he's able to, and that's amazing. I don't want to say issue, but like at the beginning of the act, he talks about how people find it quirky and fun that you see him typing out his jokes as opposed to just like hitting a button. I am not a part of the group of people that think it's funny when he's typing it out. I felt like it was kind of slow. I felt like I didn't quite understand it. I don't know. I didn't want to be the jerk to, I'm not making fun of him at all. I'm not making fun of the disabled guy, but I don't know. I think it was very interesting to hear him talk about having cerebral palsy and like knowing that Josh Blue in 2021 also had the same thing. Their humor was very similar. It's kind of like Josh Blue always would make fun of it, but he would openly talk in his comedy about how he has cerebral palsy and how it makes him different. And it felt like this is what Ahren did too, but for some reason I was just more entertained with Josh. And I feel bad saying that because obviously Ahren is not able to do comedy the same way as Josh, but that doesn't mean he wasn't good. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
What is like really interesting is I feel like, like especially like watching Drag Race a lot, and then there's like always a comedy element. Like they do stand-ups like every show, and then they do the Snatch Game, which is like all about how you deliver the jokes more than the jokes themselves. So like the pauses that you take, I don't know, the length that it takes for you to start from, the beginning to the punchline. Like these things really matter in like what makes things funny. And in this act, this person has no control kind of like over these things because it's like it's a voice assistant, right? Basically that's reading it out loud.
Yeah, and he's like physically typing it from the keyboard.
That is so impressive. Like
it is.
It's impressive that he he manages to make this delivery into a very funny thing, and like that means like the joke is like the material is like really 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 good.
Yeah.
Right?
It was really good.
Real quick. Is it PC to say disabled or would we say handicapped?
I thought it was
I think
disabled.
it's disabled.
Is it that?
I think disabled's the proper term.
The proper term? Okay.
That's what I
just
thought
making
too.
sure,
That's
just
why I
making
said
sure.
it like that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
For a second, I was like, do we have to change that?
Also, in his joke,
Yeah.
he was literally saying he should have changed his username on Instagram to disabled instead of handicapped. And an old lady came at him and said, "You can't call disabled people that." And he goes, "But I am."
Like,
yeah.
but I think-
Also, off the record, I will say that I just don't enjoy disabled comedians talking about how they're disabled, if that makes sense.
yeah. I mean, they're leaning into their strengths.
And I get
Yeah,
that, and
and
I
I-
appreciate that, but it also is a thing of like, I don't feel comfortable laughing at that. And then it becomes a moral thing of, did the producers tell them to joke about this?
I feel like if people are like marginalized, they do tend to make jokes about them most of the time.
Yeah,
So I would
that's what I was gonna say. I think a lot of comedians do the self-deprecating thing.
100%.
Where, like,
No, I know.
like I like a lot of Asian comedian, or I'll find an Asian comedian a little bit more funny because the jokes that they're making, I'm like, well, I can kind of relate to that because
They're personable. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that's why,
That
like the
aspect.
queer ones, I tend to like. There are certain things that I'm like, oh, because I can relate, then it's more funny. So
Yeah.
I think that's why, like for this, that's what he's doing, and it's
Yeah.
still really impressive because what he can do. But yeah,
I feel like I'm that person who needs permission. Like if him being like, "No, guys, laugh, like it's funny." You know what I mean? You know how I've heard comedians say that before when they're making those types of jokes? I feel like I need that cue.
I think it's also that idea of like reading the room because a lot of it's crowd control.
Yeah.
Like, understanding your crowd, what kind of jokes they'll vibe with. Because you can see a small comedian, and if they have a good control of the crowd, then you should be fine at laughing
Yeah.
at the stuff that maybe shouldn't be laughed. I feel like for them, it's knowing that that's a safe space and knowing that it's okay to kind of just enjoy. Again, borders the line of ethics, but just because you're making fun of something that's kind of like, and again, there are many debates on this about what should be ethical, what's PC, not PC with like certain jokes and stuff. I feel like for comedy, if you're able to, you got to be able to just
Get away with
handle
it?
it
Yeah.
and get away with it and handle it and understand it, that it's just, and it's funny at the end of the day. That is all they're trying to do. They're just trying to make you laugh. I don't know. I mean, but I understand. I can see that.
I know we're like, but can I say one more thing about this? Like seeing roasts, especially, I think roasts draw like a great line of that, like what's funny, what's only offensive, and it's like not a joke, and what you can get away with. Because like in roasts, like some queens say the rudest things ever, and like the person that's receiving them is like laughing out loud, visibly enjoying it. So yeah, I don't know.
Also, like, aren't comedians most of the time really depressed?
I think so.
I think like most of the time comedians are really like Robin Williams and everyone has a lot of issues. So I feel like it's their way of like, hey, I can talk about the things that bother, or I'm making fun of myself in a way to make myself feel a little bit better. Yeah. So it's like it's a two-way street and a thing. I don't know.
All right, let's move on. We've got Grace Good. Corey, you really like.
I did. I really liked Grace Good. I had to watch hers like twice because I even wrote it down here in my notes. I had an eye allergy attack midway through this. So I was like, I don't know why. At like 7, not 7, like 8:30 on the dot, I'm laying on the couch and my eyes just decide to start burning. And it's been happening for the past week. I use eye drops and everything, right? But that happened during this act. And I was like, this is the one I was actually looking forward to. I'm like, why does this always happen to me? Whatever. So I rewatched it. I knew she was going to be good. I didn't know she was going to be that good.
Her last name.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Other thing I wrote down. You a hint. I think that if Simon didn't have an issue calling Mandy Meerden last week a naughty girl, I think that he would have. Yeah, he did say that to her. He said that because her jokes were kind of sexual. So he was like, "Oh, you're naughty." Yeah, it was weird. I low key was surprised that no one made a joke saying to Grace that they shouldn't call her Grace Good and they should call her something along the lines of Grace Naughty, because she was like. It was a really sexy and entertaining act. Like and that's something that we've heard the judges say before. Stop making those faces at me.
I just don't want to hear that from Simon Cowell.
I never want to hear that.
Simon Cowell, even Howie.
Well, Howie
You're
wouldn't
just
say that.
A naughty girl.
No.
Like,
naughty wouldn't.
From an older man?
Simon wouldn't have said that to her. I think if it was going to be anyone, it would have been Sophia or Heidi, because they would have been like, no, I'm naughty too. Especially Heidi.
would be funny. Heidi would be funny with me. Yeah.
Heidi would say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But coming from Simon and or Howie is like.
Also, to give you guys some context, last week, the magician that Simon did say she was naughty, I think it was Simon, he had known her already. She was already on BGT. Her humor was all like that weird, like sexual stuff. And like, it was funny because she was a female and she was making sex jokes, you know? Also, Julian, I'm sorry if you have to bleep any of that.
No, that is okay. Bleep what?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
We can curse.
Yeah.
All right, let's get it all out of the way. Fuck. Cool. Awesome. Now that that's out.
So what did you guys think of Grace Good?
Very Christian name.
Yeah.
For a very non-Christian
act. It's funny because I was typing up my notes in the middle of the act, and I go, this is what I wrote. I was like, aerial act, professional hula hooper, super impressive and terrifying because anything can go wrong. What the fuck is that fire? Wait, that's definitely got to hurt. Like literally that was my real time. Like I was typing it and I looked and I was like, hello, what the fuck is going on here? Because I mean, she grabbed a bunch of hula hoops that were on fire. And then at one point, I don't know if y'all saw, but it was resting on her leg. Like that flaming charcoal piece was just on her leg.
Yeah.
Hello? How do you not? It's like
she's a bad bleep.
You could say it. I mean, it's okay.
She's a naughty girl.
Like every time I hear that, I like vomit a little bit in my mouth.
Here's the trash can. I got you.
I'll find Simon Cowell saying that to Mandy Meerden for you, so you can watch that one. That one's a good one.
Add that to the Simon board.
The Simon board. You're a naughty girl, aren't you?
All right, so that's the end of the podcast. No, but I don't know. I mean, it was interesting. It was definitely interesting. I'm always impressed by aerial acts because it's got to take an immense amount of core strength, or just full body strength in order to just suspend yourself in the air. Anything can go wrong.
Yeah,
you can paralyze yourself just by falling from that height. You could break your neck. I mean, kudos, Grace. If you're listening to this, you did an amazing job. Kudos to you. I just don't know how someone can get into an aerial act and be like, yeah, I'm going to be suspended in the air and have fire. Just, I don't know.
Oh, and Grace, while we still have you here, our other coworker, Ellie, was the one who told me you were on Go Big Show before this. And he apparently loved you on that show. Yeah. It was an old show that we used to cover on, I think, Fox.
Ah.
TBS, and it was basically
Jackie Bacon sandwich.
just like America's
it was
Got
AGT Extreme before AGT Extreme was a thing.
pretty much with
okay.
interesting judges. Wasn't Jason Derulo a judge?
Jason
no,
Derulo.
it was
I really
T-Pain.
wanted to do that. too.
T-Pain.
Well, first it was Snoop Dogg, and then he got replaced by T-Pain. And
Yeah.
then
What
it
the
was that wrestler guy.
Rey Mysterio?
It was
Randy
an
Orton?
interesting show.
Rosario Dawson was one as well, and I just remember Snoop and Rosario Dawson. And I think Brett no, there was a female wrestler. No,
I don't know. I wrote one article about it,
remember.
and it was about it getting canceled. To be honest, with you.
Female
It was on TBS. Not
It
many
was
people watch
before,
TBS.
yeah, it was before I was around, to be
Yeah.
honest. I knew the show existed, and when Ellie told me that, I was like, oh, cool. So what does that mean? And he had to take a phone call.
Yeah.
I liked Conan
So-
on TBS. I miss Conan.
My thing
Anyways.
with Grace Good is just you belong in Vegas. You're
Yeah.
a Vegas
Mhm.
act.
Yeah.
She lives in Vegas.
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
But that's why another part of me was like, did you try to do Cirque du Soleil? And you just got denied from all of them. And so you decided to be on AGT? Because that's the vibe I'm getting. I've seen Cirque du Soleil over there. I know.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of those vibes. Did you try it?
I also think that she's one of the ones where if we don't see her again, it means she got into one
That's
of
what
those
I mean. I
shows.
feel like she's
Yeah.
doing this like as an in between of like I'm
100%.
trying to be in like O or something, and like that's my end game, and I'm
It's that
doing this stuff
exposure.
in between.
She's
So,
definitely going to get picked up by something.
yeah. That's
There's
why I'm
no
like,
way.
it's just
Yeah.
You know what? I think she should get picked up by the AGT first week act, the orange pants. She can be the new orange pants from the sisters.
Oh,
the
oh my
three-
God! Yes,
the
yes.
three Gs?
Three
Yeah,
G.
the 3Gs. She can be the orange pants. So that they don't have to fall again.
I don't think she does that type of
Damn.
of physical act. I mean, I don't know. I was going to say something else, but yeah.
Well, all right. Well, let's move on before this devolves any further.
Yep.
Alfie Andrew, the kid singer with a great voice.
First of all, I love him so much because he's singing a Lady Gaga song. Like, honestly, if you're picking Hold My Hand to sing the song, you're a big Lady Gaga fan. And so am I. So I really appreciated the fact that, we had such a big Lady Gaga fan on the stage. And it's like not an easy song to sing. So
Wish we had video on this. This is so great.
So and the fact that like this kid sang it in the original pitch is insane to me. And like I can see that he was just in that section of adolescence where his voice started to crack, and his voice is getting deeper, but he was still able to sing those high notes with such confidence, especially keeping in mind that this person is like in adolescence, and the voice is getting lower, the pitch is getting lower. So I really appreciated him, and he was just
Adds a little
amazing.
bit of personality to that.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, a kid singer, sure,
Yeah.
like we've seen many of those, but it's just the fact that he was singing a Lady Gaga song and a hard one. I appreciated it.
I think it might have just been my TV because everybody that I talked about this with, I was like, do you think that it sounded like there was something on his voice to make him sound a little bit better? Because I don't know why. It might have been, like I said, might have been my TV, but it sounded like there was a little bit of tuning added to it.
A little bit of autotune.
Yeah. But here's the thing. He's already a very good singer. So I wrote down he deserved a second song because I wanted to hear him sing again because I was like, wait, did they tune him or not? I literally wrote, poor kid deserved a second song. They didn't do this mixing good.
I mean, it could happen. I know a lot of
Yeah.
popular artists use a little bit of autotune
No,
in
yeah.
order to really just
But
even
you would
if
think
they're
in
good.
this instance they wouldn't be allowed to.
That's true.
But no, so I have a fun fact about this kid too. I really liked him. I thought that he was very good. I just thought that he deserved a second song. I thought that he should have gotten the Poochie Ariana treatment where he was able to sing a second song and Simon would walk up and give him a hug, whatever. My fun fact about him is that, as we know, he's from the UK. He was cast and the producers reached out to him to be on The Voice Kids UK. And after reaching out to him, getting him to do the blind audition, no one turned for him. And I just think that that's incredibly wrong that he didn't get on that
What?
show. Yeah. And because I was,
Oh, that sucks.
yeah, for anybody who's listening to this, hi, once again, Corey, managing editor of Talent Recap.
Okay.
If you
In case y'all
haven't,
forgot.
if you haven't seen, on the day that the show comes out, we write profile articles on these people. So me and my writers do a very deep dive on them. And I was upset when I couldn't find this, like when I couldn't find Alfie's performance on The Voice. And it was because he probably got aired, but they don't always put the clips up of people who don't get on a team.
I see.
The shameless plug of the website.
That's
I
what I'm
love
saying,
it.
right?
This is on the website
Can
too.
you spell it
So
out? Talent recap.
TALENTRECAP.
T as in Tango, A as in
/about/ Corey Caesar.
No,
Managing editor.
slash. But no, so I was upset when I found out that he didn't get on the Voice Kids because I was like, right, and I don't know who's on the Voice Kids anymore, coach wise, because I know that for the UK show it used to be Rita Ora and will.i.am. I don't know, they were both on that show at different points. I don't know who's there anymore, but I think that he was young on that show. He's young on this show. I think that like a mentor of some kind would be good for him.
Yeah,
but that's
I
not
could see
me
that.
saying he's bad now. He's very good. He just needs to like. A little bit of professional help wouldn't be bad for anybody.
I mean, honestly, I'm glad that, he got to avoid that weird Simon hug. Because it's just like never fun to watch.
I would want the Simon hug if I was his age.
I do not want the Simon hug if after that I have to hear you're a naughty girl.
Yeah, I think I'm
no,
good.
he didn't hug Grace good. No one went on stage with Grace. Don't worry.
I'm glad. Jess, I feel like we had the same thoughts because we
So you can go for
Yeah.
it. I'll let you
So-
take it.
Jess looks over at me and she's just like, so what's this act about? And I'm like, just another kid singer. She's like, cool. And that was it. So yeah, I don't know. I'm
Just another kid singer.
I'm just thinking about all the compilations that are going to come out of this one, and it's going to be paired up with our favorite celebrity kid singers.
You made me hate it right now.
Yeah. Oh, if he got a golden buzzer, you would have seen his face all over your
no.
thumbnails.
He would have
Those
been a really
confettis.
cute golden buzzer, though. He would have been so cute with the golden
Yes.
buzzer around him.
All right, so for our next act, we have David Rush. So, okay. This is one of those trivial variety acts where apparently he was on the show beforehand, where he was doing a t-shirt ripping contest with Terry Crews.
I remember the t-shirt ripping contest. I don't remember him.
Yeah, neither do I.
Okay.
Which I was just like, when did this happen? Yeah. So, Arda, let me explain. Dude comes on and he's just like, we're going to try to beat a world record. Howie, you didn't like the last act, but we're going to do a new act.
I'm hoping they're doing drums with their hands.
No.
No,
They're
they're
doing
doing-
the most fist bumps in 1 minute.
But it's alternate fist bumps. It's the most alternate fist bumps. It was alternate, right?
Yeah.
Men would literally try to break the Guinness record of fist bumps instead of going to therapy. Guys, like, what's going on?
What was the record?
I don't remember. I remember last week's record, not this one.
What was last week's record?
Last week was a guy who broke a bunch of coconuts on the show, and he was trying to beat his record of 149. Guess
Okay.
how many he broke?
How many?
23. It was pretty dry, I'm not gonna lie.
And he suffered a severe concussion.
No, he was fine. He was breaking it with his hand.
Oh, okay.
But there was nothing over his hand, so
He
his hand
didn't
probably
suffer
hurts
a
now.
severe concussion. Misinformation.
I'm jealous.
Sorry.
But so David Rush
And died. I'm jealous.
David Rush was more interesting because at least he broke his world record. And I like the use of Howie Mandel here because we all know that Howie hates touching people. But here's the thing. I had this gigantic rant on a different podcast called AGT Time Podcast. And I told them about how we've seen so many people who have broken Guinness World Records on this show, including on AGT Extreme, right? We have never once seen the guy from the Guinness World Records book. Like the adjudicator, we never saw him on AGT Extreme. So it was like, are you actually trying to break the record or not? Or is this like an unofficial thing, right? This season, they're bringing the most ridiculous people in to break the most ridiculous records. And they're making it all very serious and very like, here's the adjudicator. I remember the adjudicator's name from last week, by the way.
Oh, wow.
His name's Mike.
Ah.
And I'm pretty sure this
Hi,
was
Mike.
also Mike. And
Hi there, Mike.
last week I was I was team Mike because I was like, oh, I'm just so excited to see you, Mike. Like, I'm glad that this is actually like not just a ploy to make us think that you're breaking a world record, but you're not. Because like anybody who knows the Guinness World Record book, you have to have an adjudicator there to have it be so that you actually broke it.
But what if there's a video of it and then we send it
doesn't
to an
count.
adjudicator? Really?
It doesn't count. The
Okay.
adjudicator has to be there to prove.
Let's get the number.
that
Can we get
there's-
the number of how many things they did?
Yeah. But no, so I wrote down, I'm sick of these Guinness World Record people now. I was Team Mike last week. I'm not Team Mike anymore.
We're canceling all Team Mikes.
I'm Team Howie Mandel.
Team Howie Mandel. This is like Twilight all over again.
I love Twilight. I'm Team Edward.
I was at City MD the other day and they were playing Breaking Dawn Part 2.
I've watched Part 1 and Part 2 recently on
38
TV.
fist bumps.
38?
380, sorry.
Okay, someone get their
380.
camera. Someone get a
38.
timer. Let's do this. Arda.
There's no
we doing this?
adjudicator here.
Let's go.
Let's
In
do
30
it. We're
seconds.
just gonna
It's not
film it.
real.
We're gonna film this. We got. You know what? Let's do it for our first official TikTok from the podcast.
Yes, let's do it.
Should
but,
we do it? Can we? Is that okay?
Sure, I'm timing, so I think
Okay.
Corey,
Okay.
you film.
but the question is, so wait, what is one fist bump? This.
Boom. Oh wait, please
That's
take off your rings, just in case.
Okay.
Okay. You guys ready to try this?
No, I'm taking the rings off.
Oh, wait, should we-
I'm moving.
Oh, yes, yes.
And I am fully in this.
Wait, should we? I think we should do. Yeah.
I have it on 0.5.
Okay. Should we explain what's going on here?
No, I don't have it on 0.5.
I thought you didn't like being in this.
Well, if I'm going to be in it, I'm going to be
I'm
weird.
going to stand instead. Hold up.
Okay, that's fine.
If this is going to happen, I'm going to be weird.
Just give us 1 second. We're all getting ready for this. We're also going to introduce it so that we
So
can.
can we
get the,
do a trial of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8?
But we have to. Okay, wait. So.
Okay.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, but if we
doable.
go at a steady pace, we have to make sure that we keep this. Yeah. Okay. Are we good?
Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yes?
I've got a
All
good
right.
angle now.
All right. Perfect. Hi everyone. My name is Julian. This is Arda. Jess is also here, and Corey is behind the camera. We are part of the recap room, and we're about to attempt to break that same world record that was done on AGT season 18, episode 3 of the fist bumps. The number to break is 380. What?
380 in 30 seconds.
380 and 30 seconds?
Yes.
Oh.
The way you gave up. No, I think we'll
Well, that's the end of the segment, guys.
I got it. I reset
Okay.
it. All right, ready?
Okay, perfect.
3, 2, go.
This kind of hurts.
Oh, this hurts. This hurts.
How long?
This is at 13 seconds.
Oh,
shit.
Arda, stay in the game. Stay in the game.
Okay.
Do, 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 do. I don't know who's counting, so I can't tell if you're winning.
How long?
27 seconds, 28, 29, done.
Oh,
That was in.
oh my God. Wait, can we show the knuckles? Oh my goodness.
Oh, man. That was
Okay.
I think we did it.
I think so too. No, you know what? Let's just go and say we did
Imagine
it. We
if
did it.
it's 379.
There's going to be that one person on TikTok that's going to be like, actually, it was like 246.
Actually, there was an adjudicator. I'm
Mike,
making fun of myself here. Just putting that out there because I was saying technically it's not true.
Mike, if you're there, please check the footage and let us know. And please give us our unofficial, official Guinness Book of World Records talent recap.
Yes.
Award. Thank you.
Or it's just like cash prize. That's fine too. Like
Yeah.
$100,000 would be fine.
Yeah,
I'll just like
yeah.
send you
Yeah.
my account details.
Yeah.
Or Venmo.
Yeah, Venmo.
Venmo,
Cool.
Venmo, Venmo.
Cool.
Cool. Thank you. Oh, man. Wow.
Okay.
That's interesting. Okay, cool.
It did
I'm
hurt.
going to send that in our
That did
podcast.
hurt. Yeah. Okay, so now we have our next act. We have Oleksandr Leshchenko, a dancer inside of a holographic cube. Now, okay, I have one small detail about this. Has everyone seen it? Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. Have you seen it? Arda,
I
there's...
have an idea though
Oh,
about it. Like I have a thought about it.
what's
That was pretty boring. It got better by the end, but I didn't quite like it. He was
Okay.
dancing with a video?
The-
Question mark?
the only thing I have to say about it, because at first I was just like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then I saw the frog. Did y'all see the frog in the thing? Please skip to the part with the frog because it gives me graphic design is my passion vibes.
Oh.
And I'm like, what the hell is going on? But yeah, I literally wrote frog animation gave me clip art graphic design is my passion vibes. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, impressive, use of technology and dancing. I couldn't do it, so I'm gonna say I was impressed. But what are your thoughts?
I think dancing impresses me every now and then. Like the Japanese girls last week impressed me. So like, yeah, I think that it takes a certain type of talent to be able to do these things. I cannot dance very well at all. I can do the cha-cha slide and that's about it. So good for you, guy.
Okay,
Alexander.
write it down. Dancing can impress Jess. There we go.
I wrote down, so I have a rule where when we do our deep dives on everybody we write profiles about, I will know what they do, but I will never watch a video of them. I broke my rule for Alexander because he was on Ukraine's Got Talent.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And I thought that was interesting, but I was disappointed when I broke my rule for him. Yay!
Oh, no.
So I watched his performance in the other Got Talent show, and I was like, "This is cool, but it's weird." But here's the thing: it's not weird because of him. It's weird because we've seen this before, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is the first time we've seen." No. Season 6, Kenichi Ibana, literal winner, did the same thing but better.
He was really good though. Like he was
exactly.
really
His was
good.
behind him. It wasn't in a full box. I thought the box was interesting, but if we want to bring it into like a most recent type of thing, last year's second place, like runner up, was Christy Sellers, who did a animation pole dance thing, and she was way more interesting than this guy.
Yeah.
I thought that it was really cool that he made the box aspect of it. I liked that. I liked the idea of the dance, but at the end of the day, I felt like he was interacting with the background, like the way Christy did it. But Christy, on top of interacting with the background, was just like a really good pole dance artist.
Oh my God, absolutely. Yeah.
When for him, I feel like he wasn't doing. I mean, I don't know anything about dance. I feel like he wasn't doing necessarily hard steps. So it kind of felt underwhelming in that sense. It's like he wanted the technology to speak more for him.
Yeah.
Which would have been cool. But we had just seen Christy Sellers. So I was like, I feel like she did such an amazing job with it that I can't get over her.
That makes sense.
So that's why, like, when I said, like, I watched it before and I was disappointed, I kind of wanted him to be just a regular dancer.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Damn, where's Billy when you need him? So he
I
can
know, we
break
need
down
Billy.
the act. Yeah.
I know we need Billy for this one because I've only watched one season of Dancing with the Stars in full. So I'm no help here.
It's kind of, I remember in like 2015 and 16, I think it was. So in 2015 in Eurovision, this guy from Sweden won, and he did something like similar, not as like, it wasn't on a box, but it was basically kind of like his dance moves were synchronated with like some animations and like, he interacted with those animations, whatever. And then the next year, 2016, Russia's act did something like that. But the way they did that was like so genius because it was a wall and there were like animations, but the wall looked flat, but it actually wasn't. So like there were like boxes coming out in like an animation, but you knew the wall was still flat in your mind, but he would step on those things and he was able to move. I don't know how he did it, honestly. It's probably like a visual trick that they did there.
Maybe some sort of like plexiglass thing that's see-through and it makes it seem like maybe with like right lighting, it doesn't look like it's visible on screen.
Yeah, it definitely looked like a straight wall, but it wasn't. And then he just like interacted with the animation as if it was physically happening and it was real, which was like really good. I feel like that was a next level thing. Maybe that kind of a thing could have been done as well. But like for the 3 seconds peek that I've taken, it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool.
I think with the technology, it's pretty interesting, and it must have been rigorous because like imagine trying to program that into some sort of system to be like do this and like do that.
Yeah.
There's this one TikTok account I've seen. And it's this dude who does light shows or programs light shows for like one person in a room, and he'll play like 30 seconds. It's the coolest thing ever. And it's literally him on a laptop, a bunch of algorithms and stuff. And then he'll click play, put the camera, and it's just lights in one space and like designed for that space. And it's
gorgeous.
Amazing. But yeah, what are your thoughts, Jess?
Oh, I thought I said it. Sorry. It's okay. Dancing's always kind of impressive.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
How can you forget the thing that impresses
Jess? We found the thing that impresses Jess. We have to hear it twice.
Ish.
But the one thing that did make me kind of laugh was that comment that Simon said right before when Sophia and him were whispering to each other. And he goes, I just like when it's, when there's just a box on stage and it's dark and I'm just about to find out what's going on. And immediately I thought, have you not seen any of the seasons of You? Like, that is a terrible thing. We do not get excited over that. Joe Goldberg was very much a killer.
Oh my God.
But anyways, that
Simon,
was
that's supposed to be a red flag, sweetie.
God. But then again, he calls people naughty girls. So
Oh my
I don't know
God.
if he knows what red flags
no,
are.
he knew her. It's okay.
It's
doesn't make it
not.
okay.
Also,
it doesn't make it
worse.
okay.
Also, like I said, I'm not going to call the old dude old, but this was an old lady. Like, it was okay with her.
To all the naughty boys and girls listening to our podcast.
Oh my God.
Julian.
Let me stop. That's disgusting.
I only accept it when I hear it from Santa.
Santa?
Santa.
Oh, okay.
Like Santa or like Mall
Santa.
Santa?
Because that's
I don't want to hear it from
overlap.
Mall Santa.
The Christmas Carol. What the fuck?
The Christmas Carol.
Wait, isn't that Ebenezer Scrooge?
No, the song. One of the Christmas Carol songs. Like there's
Oh.
a song. It's a
Oh,
Christmas Carol.
Wait. I got it
It
in
is
my
a
head.
Christmas Carol.
You
It's not
better
from the
watch
movie.
out. You better not cry. You
Yeah.
better not pout.
Is that a
I'm telling
carol?
you why. Santa Claus is coming
Yeah.
to town.
Well, when you had to go
okay.
caroling, yes, you had to sing that fucking song.
Oh.
That is true. I never went caroling, though.
Don't
Oh, I did.
demonetize
Can't say I
us.
did in upstate New York.
Demonetize us.
Wait, it has to be more than 100 years old, so
I
it
didn't
should
live on
be
a street
copyright
with
free. I feel like.
sidewalks. So it's so fun having sidewalks here. No, I'm kidding.
All right. Let's move on.
We can talk about Corey's lack of sidewalks in her childhood at a different time.
Okay. Arda, we need
Yes.
you to speak about Herwan Legaillard.
Thank you for
Ah,
saying that in
yes.
such a great croissant way.
In
I
a great-
love it. Herman,
Herman,
my
Mhm.
dear, my love.
mon
It was
chéri.
just mon chéri. It was just so gorgeous. First of all, where did you get that top from? Like honestly, the amount of slay, like nous slayons, like it was just
Nous slayons. Nous slayons.
It was just insane. I'm gonna stop it with the French jokes, but
Wait. We have to translate that because what is that? We all slay.
it's we slay
We
basically. It's a conjugation of slay for we.
I love that.
Nous
Nous
slayons.
slayons.
But they were just incredible. It's just like even the way their beard is shaped was just. Anyways, the music was great. The look was amazing. Those heels were it. Everything was it. But then I'm like already impressed with your existence, and then you take out a sword and you just like okay, we've seen acts where they put like swords in their throats. Like that's not something new. Like that exists. But the part where I was like so excited about was like he put it halfway in and then he let his hands go, wait, and the suspense built, and then right with the music, he just let that go. So he went fully inside, and I was like, oh my God, like everybody was losing their minds. Stop laughing, Corey. I know what
Sophia
you're
was
laughing
losing
about.
her mind.
Yes,
Yeah,
she gave me
she
so
was
many
going
good reactions
in.
for thumbnails. Like I really appreciate that for that as well. And then in the end, like I'm giving you guys all the spoilers. I'm sorry, but like the end, the light portion.
Oh, I think that
was
was
insane.
I think that was really cool only because of the fact that a lot of people, I'm pretty sure there are people who are skeptical about these whole like sword acts. where
Yeah.
There are, I'm about to expose something. So magicians don't hate me. There are swords that roll up. There are swords that are not metallic and they roll up and you can make it seem like you're swallowing them. But what he did was that he placed it inside, turned it on, and you can clearly see it in his throat,
Yeah.
That was insane.
which is insane, which is pretty crazy. So
I also
Sorry, but like to be fair, maybe since this happens, maybe they just put something in his throat that gives out a lot of light. And he actually, that thing that he put in his throat did fold, but it looked like it was going in the right moment because there was not like, it's pretty easy if you put like any strip in there and like have the light move across the strip, you can make it look like it's going inside.
that's got to be difficult though, because it's like you have to keep your. I would imagine in order to like align, you have to align your spine and make sure that your esophagus is like completely straight, or else you cut yourself. Because he was also doing aerial acts, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yes.
Which I was like, oh my goodness! First of all, you're sword swallowing, and then on top of that, you're doing aerial acts. Like, I don't know.
Can I just add why I'm laughing about
Yes,
this? Is
please.
I showed this to Arda and he said to me, he said, I'm sorry. Straight men just don't sword swallow. Like,
It's true. It's true. Like, the swords, again, like sword swallowing, we've seen it so many times. But I think the way this was exciting is like he was on the floor with that like turning little platform and he was doing a full on Britney pose with the curved sword. It was just so, I was confused. Like, should I be impressed? Should I be horny? Should I do all of those at the same time? Should I be scared? Anyway, so yeah, straight men can't swallow a sword like that.
Work?
At work.
wait, what was his name again? Herwan?
Herwan Legaillard.
Herman, if you're watching this, call Arda. Arda would like you to call him.
I'm coming to France, hopefully, maybe this year. I'm gonna try.
I mean, by the time the show's over,
He's
he
in
might be in
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's true. That is
fingers
true.
crossed.
I can visit the Vegas Eiffel Tower. Like, that's fine too,
He's
That
got
counts?
he's
That
got to
counts?
visit his family at some point, right?
Yeah.
So, tell him the good news.
I also will say, I wrote down for this that he was the best performance of the night.
Yeah.
I was shocked he didn't get a golden buzzer, but if you've watched the show long enough, you know that Danger X never get the freaking golden buzzer.
Well, he didn't have a sob story.
But he had the it factor.
He did.
This man, I wrote down that this dude is queer and he's lovely and he's a sex icon.
Yes.
That's what I wrote down about him in the moment of watching it. I'm like, this dude, he is a sex icon, 100%.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. I just, like you said, it's a lot. I've seen sword swallowing. Like, I can go to Coney Island and
But
watch
have you
someone
seen
sword
it like
swallow.
this?
No, yes, I appreciate and I love the queerness. Believe me, happy Pride, I love it. But
Happy Pride, everyone.
it's just okay. I think it's the queer part of it. I love the sword swallowing part. All right.
I feel like Arta's going to have a conversation with Jess after this.
Yeah, I just don't want to take our 5 minutes.
I was like,
even more,
Jess,
but-
I'm going to marry this man someday. I need you to approve of him.
Please.
Well,
I
you're talking about
already
me.
approve
Okay.
I
of
was
him.
talking about you.
Okay.
I was saying that you're going to say that to her.
Okay.
We already know he's got some skills, so it's fine. I'm just saying.
You'll have an amazing time.
Thank you for saying the thing that we've all been thinking about from the
I understand that
beginning.
one thing, and he's got it. So, I got you. It's great. I approve. But for AGT, you swallowed a sword.
I would see him in Vegas.
Yes, in Vegas, because it's Vegas.
Yes. It makes sense for Vegas.
All right. I love how that took a complete left turn.
I didn't even mention any of my favorite sword swallowers. I purposely didn't. I didn't feel like talking
All
about
right, come
it.
on, lightning round. Let's go. Come on, Corey.
Usually my answer is Brett Loudermilk. I love that man.
Okay.
He did not impress me in AGT All Stars.
Okay, who's your second one?
I don't have, it's just Brett Loudermilk, actually.
Oh.
He's my favorite.
Okay, lightning round over.
I love that man.
It's lighting now for a reason.
No, I have to show you Brett Loudermilk. He has a lot of Sophia reactions in his
I don't like. Oh, okay.
audition.
Show it to me,
and
please.
he has
I need
pink
those
hair.
screen
And
grabs.
I really cannot promise you, but I think he's queer.
So,
I think.
as far as I learned about your gaydar, that means he's like a flamboyant
No, I
house
don't think
kitchen
so.
gay.
I don't think so.
Yeah, if it's like, I think, it's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
There's
like,
no question.
Because like, guys, like once I jokingly, like Corey was talking about like something gay to me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm straight. What are you trying to assume here?" And Corey freaked out. So yeah,
That's him.
I didn't have to look at just look at the profile photo.
Oh, my God, yeah. Why is that a question?
Yeah, like there's the Grinch and like
Kind
you
of
know,
looks
in
like
a
Brendan Urie.
sexy
He
way.
does, right?
Yeah.
No,
like, what the heck?
he's an attractive dude.
He kind of looks like Frankie
I don't like
Grande
the mustache,
guy.
though. He does kind of like. I don't like the mustache,
Frankie.
so I'm gonna find a picture without the mustache.
I doubt Frankie would be listening to this, but if you are, hello.
Frankie, if you're listening to this, get
Happy Pride.
your sister's phone number for me, please. Beautiful man. That's all I have to say. I don't like the mustache, but beautiful man.
All right. Let's move on
I didn't
to
even realize Kelly Clarkson is in this photo
Yeah.
with him. Anyway,
All right, y'all. Let's move on to our last act. All right. So now we have the ATL Drum Academy. Ugh.
wah, wah, wah.
I mean, I said slay, I think, but ugh.
I don't know. All right. I'm kind of biased. My girlfriend's from Georgia, so I don't know.
So you automatically had to like this act?
Yeah, what did you
Well,
think?
no, I did like the act. I mean, I like any drumming.
Why
act
did you like it?
because the drumming was good.
Okay.
Like drum lines are just, I think they're really impressive. So,
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm also biased.
What was your favorite moment about the act?
The
And
drumming.
why?
Because rhythm.
Like, you guys need to see
Come on,
Julian's
next question,
expression.
next
Jess
question.
is not reacting
Come
because
on,
she's
hit-
too busy laughing
Hit
right
me
now.
with more questions. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
What was the worst part about the act?
When they stop drumming.
The moments in between the beats.
Who gave them the golden buzzer?
One of the non-drummers judges. Next question. These are too easy, guys. Come on. No, but from what I did see, I thought it was pretty good. I don't know. I mean, just the drum line, did it deserve a golden buzzer? I'm not sure. What are your thoughts?
I was about to say, I'm about to be an ultimate hater in this one.
Oh
so
yeah,
someone else.
same. Honestly, same.
Okay,
I was gonna be. I mean,
It was
but
not a golden buzzer worthy thing.
That's what
Yes,
I said.
that's what I think.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Tiny children drumming, great. You did great. Golf claps, because I don't want to clap on this mic.
Yeah.
Golf claps. You
yeah.
did great. Awesome. Did you need to slam on a golden buzzer?
No. It was like so last week for Sainted Trap Choir, I was very excited for them because I was like, oh, a different type of choir, right? These guys I had looked into for the same reason, profiling them. They looked cool, whatever. And I was looking on their website. They have a really cool founder. Their founder was in the Drumline movies on Fox, which I found out Nick Cannon is in, and I had no idea. I grew up
Why is
watching
that
these
man
shows.
everywhere?
Which is mind blowing because Nick Cannon was the main character in the movie
I didn't know
Drumline.
who Nick Cannon was at the time when I watched it as a child. Good
I know,
movies,
we had
though, if
this
you haven't seen it.
conversation.
Oh,
But-
wait. Sidebar. Do you think Nick Cannon could possibly start a drum line with all of his kids?
Yes, but that's beside the point. So the
Maybe
guy.
that's the goal.
So the-
Oh my
so
God. Recreate the movie with his kids?
Yes.
Hold up. Nick Cannon, call us. Let us know.
Interview.
No, so the guy who founded the group was in that movie and also did a lot of the percussion for the movie and wrote a lot of it, right? So he founded this when his sons were too young to join a different drum line and they were showing potential young age. Like I'm talking, I think I read like 2 and 3. So he made this so that younger kids could have a chance to be in a drum line. And this drum line specifically, he has multiple. This drum line specifically is called Little Rascals. And I was reading so much about this on his website and I'm like, this is actually really cool because they're not only like getting to do it at a young age, they're learning from someone who knows a lot, which I think is really insane. I will say I was very disappointed because this kid that is the adorable front man was never the front man on anything that they had posted, that they had put on their website, anything like that. So it really made me feel like they were trying to make this kid stand out when like I just wanted them to be a good drum line. And I felt like because they put so much emphasis on this, don't get me wrong, freaking cute kid. He's
Yeah.
adorable, very talented. I was like, can we talk about how this drum line is for kids like ages, I don't know how old the youngest is, like 4 or 5 maybe, to like 10? Like, can we talk about the ages of all of the kids and not just point at this one kid? Also, this is a moment where I wanted the founder to walk on stage and he didn't. And I was like, I actually kind of want to hear what you have to say, dude. So ultimately, do I want to see them again? Yes. Do I really care for like the narrative it feels like they're giving them? No. That was kind of my issue with this like episode, is that I felt like they were trying to tell me what the narrative was. And I was like, I didn't want to have my own opinion. When it gets down to the golden buzzer part of it, Terry Crews always hits the golden buzzer for the same type of acts. It's always some weird novelty act that is, you've had the world. He hit it for World Taekwondo, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
He hit
I
it
think
for
so, yeah.
for World Taekwondo.
They were doing flips and everything,
Yes.
breaking the boards. Yeah.
He hit it for
Mhm.
World Taekwondo. He hit it for Detroit Youth Choir.
Yes.
He hit it for another choir. So it's like he likes the group acts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes the group acts. Usually he enjoys the story of people coming from places where they struggle.
Yeah.
Understandable. And this kid, like I said, was very, very freaking cute, but I feel like they didn't need this story.
But isn't that his past too?
yes, he grew
So,
up in
like,
Flint, Michigan.
Yeah, so I kind of like understand that thing of like, I think it's appropriate for
Yes.
him to give his golden buzzer to people who he understands the struggles of, and I think it's, I don't know, anytime Terry gives the golden buzzer, it kind of makes me a little bit like teary eyed.
No, it makes me
It's-
upset. Like,
I think
because
it's
I'm
pretty
emotional
cute,
too.
But I would say like this act was, like I gave this act to Slay, but the reason why I say is because the French guy really deserved a golden buzzer, like really did. And then,
Yeah.
like you're giving it to the kids again. Yes, it's great. And like knowing the backstory, it's even better. But like come on. Like, it's just, let's not make this all about the story, but let's make it about what we see on stage also. You know what I mean? It was a nice act. It was a good act. I think they deserved to go to the next round, but I don't think it's like, I think it was at least like they could, if they could both have golden buzzers, sure. But like, this was not the golden buzzer moment of the things that I watched from this week, at least.
I agree. It's also like last year they had this one drum line, the pack drum line. They came on for auditions and judge cuts, and they were like really, really good. They were like Chicago's judge. I think it was Chicago. It was like their drum line that like performed everywhere there for like NBA games, stuff like that, right? And they were really good. And they were given the first slot on like the first episode, and they didn't come back from AGT All-Stars, but instead they're in the Vegas show now. And I'm like, I feel like they were, I don't want to say so much better because it's wrong to compare a child versus like an actual drum line. But it's like, I hope that those kids get there sometime, if that makes any sense.
But they're not there yet.
I don't think so. I think that they're a cute kid act. I don't know. My whole thing goes back to, I don't think they should have made the front kid.
But they did push-ups, guys. They did push-ups while playing the drums. I thought that was insane because I can't do push-ups while not playing the drums.
You need to watch the Drumline movie.
Oh, you think that's impressive? But yeah, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, they were given the golden buzzer. We're going to see them again, so we'll be able to see what else they can do. Hopefully, they can step it up.
I just want to hear their founder talk.
Yeah, fingers crossed for the next one. So, all right. So we got through all the acts.
Yeah,
that was great.
Hey.
So, what do we think overall for this episode? What do we give it? Like, what do we feel about the episode? Ooh, Corey's making a face. Hold up.
I feel like it was a 5 or 6 out of 10.
5 or 6 out of 10.
Yeah, because like last week's episode, I didn't feel like I needed to. Like, I will watch the show, and sometimes I'm like fully in it, and I won't look away.
Yeah.
This episode was not like that. I felt the need to get up and cause myself to go and get a snack or something like that because I was just like, this is moving too slow for me tonight.
Okay, I see what you're saying. All right, well, what do you think?
I liked it more. I mean, like I didn't watch the whole episode, obviously, but I liked it more than the first week, which is weird because like the first week should have been like the hello, we're here, the new season. But I don't know. This one had like more. I'm probably being biased because there were like 2 acts that I really liked that touched my queer heart a little bit. But this I thought it was a cute like little sleigh, like 7 out of 10 cute little bop moment for the ones that I did watch though.
Okay, gotcha.
We have 4 or 5 out of 10.
Oh,
because I don't know.
You getting snacks as well? Walking away from the TV.
Yeah, I was doing things and then realized it's kind of like when I watch a really boring episode of Housewives where like it's just on and then like time has passed. I'm like, oh, I was supposed to take notes. What happened? And I have to like go back. And I'm like, fuck me. All right, cool. Let me do this all over again. So it kind of fell into that thing for me a lot of the times. I feel like last episode was probably better because I actually found at least some of them actually entertaining.
Yeah. Last week was really entertaining.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, I want to give it like a 7 out of 10. I mean, I don't know. I was still entertained overall, but it could have been better for some of the acts. So overall, I agree with you, Arda. The first episode had that anticipation of just like, this is supposed to be the wow factor. They're coming on strong, and it didn't really have that. But definitely better than the first episode. They're definitely stepping it up a little bit. But yeah. All right. Well, that was our episode for today.
Yay.
Great job, everyone. Yay. So if you guys like this episode, make sure to rate and review, comment down below. Make sure to let us know what you liked, what you didn't like. Make sure to rate and review, guys. This is very important for us. If you want to hear more and more of this kind of stuff, this really, really helps out the podcast. Shout out to all of the acts, and we will see you all in the next episode of the podcast.
I don't know what that was about.
And also check out that TikTok. Let us know if we won the world record. We're counting on you, Mike.
And if you're still bored and listening on Spotify or Apple Music, check out our website.
Oh, yeah.
I spelled it out earlier.
Now, let's get it again. Let's get it one more time. Oh, yeah.
TALENTRECAP.com.
It's like those Optimum triple play commercials. 8773.
You're welcome.
Don't sue us, Optimum. Anyways, thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.